Hey guys, I am here to pull some cards for you today to see what's going on, I want to say with your person today, or the situation you came here for. Let's see. I'm going to pull a few archetype cards, and I have so many decks now, I just don't even know what to do with myself. I'm a mess. Okay. That's what I'm going to pull for the archetype cards. Let's see. This is All Signs Tarot card reading. Let's see what we got. Hope everybody's doing amazing. I'm getting ready to go to Vegas on Sunday for my hypnotherapy certification. I'm very, very, very excited. So, for those of you looking for some positive changes in your life, I'm going to be providing more information. If you want to send me an email, I'm happy to provide information. Third party situation. You know what? I did a third party read just before this. Open yourself to others. This is how you will create new friendships and attract a love relationship. Third party situation. Other people may be interfering with this relationship and dimming its full potential. Now, you know, that could be a parent, it could be children, adult children, whatever. Anything else? Okay. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Make the effort. This love is worth taking the risks. Pay attention to red flags, though, in separation. Oh, interesting. Very. Let me get some energies off of this, and then I'm gonna pull some situational cards too, because I'm going to need to sit with this for a few minutes and kind of gather what's being said here, because there's a lot of information coming through and it's a lot at once. What else? What else? What else? Oh, realizations. I'm not taking all those. Someone's spying though. Social media. Okay. Clinging. Realizations. Abandoned, dismissed, rejection. What else? What else? What else? Breaking point. Final straw. Limit. Trapped. Clarity and peace. I'm feeling with clarity and peace, agape, the bridge. This person, oh, okay. The mystic, the bridge, agape. So I'm feeling like this person is really coming into the fact that they love you very, very much. And the thing is, they may have opened their relationship up, or moved in a different direction, let's say that. But negative mind, may have had a tendency to have a negative mind. They felt stuck, tied down, captive. Interesting. Separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon. Third party situation. Make the effort. This love is worth taking the risk. You're called to move forward. This person is being called to move this situation forward. Because what they have gotten themselves involved in feels like a curse. They could have outright rejected you, but they're still clinging to your energy no matter what. And there's another card of spying. This one says spying on the bottom. This one says spying on the top. So this person is heavily spying, obsessing, and holding on. They may be seeing on social media thinking that you are opening yourself up to others, looking for true love, but they love you. They'd like to gain clarity on the situation, maybe be truthful with their intentions. They were not necessarily truthful with their intentions, gave you hot and cold behavior, and just mixed signals, big time. One day they might have said, I love you, I want this with you, but the next they'd run off like, no, it is never going to work, it could never be a thing, whatever. They're at the point where they're reaching a breaking point, though. They're overwhelmed Um, they know, they very well know that this is the love for them. With you, that is. So even if they have moved on, they have not. Emotionally, they are far from moved on. Far from moved on. Let's see. I guess we'll go with what emotionally this person is going through. I'm going to read that mystic. They could very well, you could be a mystic yourself. If you're anything like me, you're probably more spiritual, and maybe they're leaning into losing their religion and finding the more esoteric side of themselves and leaning into the spiritual as opposed to the religious is what I'm getting off that. The agape, they realize this is a love like no other. The bridge, if there is coming in over separation, they know that they have like thrown the drawbridge up and they want to bridge their way back to this situation with you because they know it's the one for them. They just are not really sure how. But I need you to understand something about this. That's great and wonderful. But this pay attention to red flags. Know the warning signs of what an unhealthy relationship or connection looks like. What else is this person dealing with? There's actually a blockage one that I want. What is this? Okay. Clear the karmic weight. The past still lives in what you haven't faced. Name the weight you carry and choose to release it now. Feathers could be, you could be seeing white feathers. Clear negative energy. There was something about negativity up here. Where the heck was that? Negative mind. Clear negative energy. Negative energy keeps you stuck. There's also a card about being stuck, trapped. Clear it and create space for the positive flow of life. Collective, you are the positive flow. They felt the most positive with you. Whoever they're with, this karmic person, they may have thought they were getting someone that was a lot like you, but that's not the case. They're nothing like you. And they're starting to realize that. Set healthy boundaries. So with laying right above the pay attention to red flags, I really need you to keep your boundaries energetic and otherwise up. Because you need to protect your energy. If this person seemed to... people with a negative mindset have a tendency to drain you. And it's not like they necessarily intend to do that. But unfortunately, it's like a... oh God, it's just... it's like one rotten grape in a bag of grapes. That rot spreads to the grapes around it. Like immediately. It's not, and then the whole bag spoils. But if you take that one grape out, the rest of the bag remains in good tact for a longer time, you know. So you need to enact those healthy boundaries to keep that grape from rotting your energy, just invading upon your energy. This person needs to do the work it takes to get out of that negative mindset, right? And to clear that negative energy for certain. That is very, very clear. Let's pull this deck and see what else. What are the blocks? What are some of the blocks that this person may be dealing with? What are the blocks that this person may be dealing with? What is the collective person dealing with at this time? Some of the blocks. Alright. They're too passive. They're not getting up and taking the initiative to do what it takes to make the changes that are necessary. They're being passive. They're just maybe eluding, settling. They're also settling in a relationship they're not happy in. They're settling for someone that isn't right for them because they feel safer there, because they're not called to expand their life or to become that positive person and to confront what the negativity comes from, right? That inner child wounding. Hard to get. You're missing opportunities by playing too hard to get. Give someone a chance. They may have pushed you away. And like I said, they pushed you away because they weren't comfortable with the fact that you made them, you challenged them. Very easily, I mean, very, like, they figure love sucks. Self-neglect. They're not taking care of themselves. And their needs in relationships. Too soon. They get too serious too soon. That's definitely a Cancerian energy. Needs rescuing. Let's see. I want to know, though, is this person, let's just say in the next, in the time during separation, has there been any positive change for your person? Have they made any of the positive and necessary changes? We can see they're busy clinging to your energy, and that's exhausting. It can be exhausting if you have a particularly psychic type of a connection and you're feeling drained a lot. You need to cut the ties. Not necessarily forever or anything like that, but you need to separate yourself from this person's energy because it's exhausting. Negativity is exhausting. It's a very low vibration and it's exhausting. So, yeah, you might want to do like a kind of a ceremonial thing to cut ties. And right now, us being in the 999 portal and just having passed the blood moon in Pisces, it's all about releasing right now. Releasing things that no longer serve you. So hopefully your person is also trying to release things that no longer serve. 9 of Cups. Yes. Although this is, they're unhappy where they're at. And this 9 of Cups kind of came out in a closer to being in the upright than being crossing, right? But they're still on they're wish-washy with it. They want wish fulfillment, which is you. But they're too passive. They're not really doing the thing to get what they want. And they could have had a tendency to be, shady. Chariot. They want to move towards you. They really want to move towards you. And overcome those obstacles. But 2 of Swords tells me they're at a crossroads. There's a choice. They have options. They're confused. And they're avoidant. Anything else? What else do we need to know about the person on the collective's mind? Okay. 2 of Cups. They feel disconnected from you. This 2 of Cups is like a soulmate card and very much a love connection, reunion type of a card. Harmony, union, happy relationship. But in the reverse, they feel super disconnected from you right now. And you may have had to walk away from the situation to keep yourself sane. What else do we need to know, Spirit? What else? I know something just flipped. Oh. Justice in reverse. And 5 of Cups. They feel left out. They're regretful. They're in sadness, depression. This is indicative of separation, loneliness, breakup, regret. Justice. They're not balanced. There's so much imbalance here. This reminds me of Libra energy, but it's in reverse. You know what I mean? There's no healthy balance. This person knows they need to make a decision and bring you with honesty, but they aren't bringing it. Yeah, they're out of balance, big time. Big time. But with the Chariot, they want to move towards you. They want to, and it laying right over the top of the 9 of Cups, that's a wish fulfillment, but it's also a very, it's, 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment, but it's an individual thing. It's not like a 10 of Cups is a happy family. It's like the 2 people. The 9 of Cups is a more selfish energy. Like, they want what they want. And maybe in the past, they have not thought about what the hell you want. The reciprocity, not so much. Strength. They're trying to get the strength up to come towards you. What else, Spirit? Anything? The Queen of Wands reversed. The confidence isn't there. The Strength card talks about confidence, right? It talks a lot about confidence. Getting in their power, stepping into their Emperor energy. But with the Queen of Wands in reverse, this person, the Queen of Wands in the upright is a leader. She's like very confident and just, like a business, she's bossy. But this in reverse, she could be catty and throw tantrums and be out of balance. There's just so many things leading to imbalance. And with this Hanged Man in reverse, they're refusing to see a higher perspective. King of Wands. There's that King and Queen of Wands. There's the lack of confidence over and over. And they feel stuck with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. They feel like that things are not going in their favor because they have a negative mindset. So, I mean, that's where your person is at. Yeah, they're thinking about you a lot. And with the realizations, they're coming to some awakenings, but it's slow. It's slow, slow, slow. Super slow. Let's see, anything else? Anything else? Is there anything else? Eight of Swords, yeah. They're in their negative mindset. This goes right along with trapped. They're trapped in their own mind. They're in a mental prison. They're stuck. They feel like they're dealing with anxiety. They feel alone. They feel like their hands are tied and there's a lot of mental chaos. But here's the thing. You know, their hands are only tied with toilet paper. If they wanted to break free from it and change, it's just a matter of starting a gratitude list. Just looking at the positive, the things that you have going for you in life. It's small changes like that to propel you in an upward trajectory instead of staying stuck and in your mind. It's your mind that's keeping you trapped. You know, not you, but your person, whatever. And yeah, they're in the Eight of Swords big time. So they're way, I mean, I like to give lots of beautiful, wonderful things, you know. They do love you. There's no question about that. But it's a selfish type of a love, you know? And yeah, they regret what's going on. They do. They regret settling for somebody that wasn't you. But they don't feel worthy of you. And right now, while they're having some realizations, they're also not making decisions. They know choices need to be made and a different decision needs to be made, but they're just not with it yet. 1717, as I looked up on the timer, they're not there yet. This could be a slow-moving situation, big time. So I just wanted to throw that out there, and frustrating, very, very, but it is what it is. And maybe, you know, it's going to take some more realizations and awakenings, and they could be in a dark night of the soul, and that's what I have for you. Hope that helps. Bye, guys.